I see one of the questions, what side of the ball do y'all feel needs the most attention this offseason? Definitely the offense, for sure.
Yeah, no question. And to me, it kind of goes off of what JB was asking. What's your best opinion to make our offense better next season? Who can we get? What can we do? I think hands down, it's about the offense and bringing weapons to surround Bryce Young. No question, it's the offense. Now, obviously, there are going to be question marks on the defensive side of the ball as well, because we don't know who's being brought back. We don't know if Derek Brown is going to get his. We don't know if Brian Burns is going to get his contract. We don't know if Frankie Louvu will still be a Carolina Panther. We don't know what Jerry Chin is going to do, whether he'll decide to test the free agent waters or something. So it's a lot of questions, but I think just based on what we saw this season, the offense is inevitably the side of the football that you have to address. And I think the first thing that you do is move Ikem Ekwonu to guard, in which case you would have to find another tackle. I don't give a damn if you bring in 15 of them to start training camp. We got to find the best guy for that position. And then the second thing you do, which is a very, very close first, or close to being first, in my opinion, is trying to figure out what weapon or two we need to bring in. So if it's Hollywood, if it's Calvin Ridley, if it's T. Higgins, Michael Pittman, I don't care. I just need them signed as soon as the window opens to sign free agents. I need them signed and on the way to Charlotte as soon as it opens.
Mike Evans.
What I just experienced this year.
And I would say as far as the defense goes, yeah, all of those things are in question. Those names are a lot of names that could potentially be on the out next year, YGM as well. But I think what EJ was able to do with these more so a no-name niggas like fucking Alex Cook, Sam Franklin is very good on special teams, but he had to get a lot of snaps. Guys like Troy Hill, who came in to produce, like, I think that the defense will be solid. Like, I think the defense will be solid. You definitely have to go offense first, and I think it will be getting a receiver.
Yeah. T. Higgins is very, very high on that priority list to me. I wouldn't say that coming into the season. I've seen a lot of talk about him like very, very early, but I won't say that I really thought that he would be that much of an impact player. But as the season went on this year with Cincinnati, and they dealt with some of the injuries that they did, obviously the Joe Burrow, and then Jamar Chase was here and there, all on and off the injury reports sporadically throughout the year. Just the way he stepped up when those guys were down to help support his team. T. Higgins to me is I'm not gonna lie, he made me a believer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that might need to be the guy. But I don't think you can go wrong with any of the guys that I mentioned. Michael Pittman, don't think you can go wrong. Hollywood, he had drops earlier in his career, but he became a solid wide receiver one, in my opinion. In Arizona, Calvin Ridley, he's just a physical specimen to me.
Brandon Ayuk is a free agent.
Yeah, Ayuk is another guy that would come in and drastically improve the wide receiver room. So there are a couple of guys that you, no question, have to bring in to get your rookie quarterback, or at this point, your second-year guy, to help that.
And you have to make sure you hit on somebody in the draft. I think that's going to be important as well.
Absolutely.
Like, whatever you have to do you got to do some kind of. You need to be sending niggas out to these schools, these wide receiver schools. You got those two guys from Washington. They'll probably be off the board by the time we pick. Got the receiver from Michigan, guys from LSU. But you need to try to hit on that day two pick for sure. If you're not going to make a splash in free agency at wide receiver, which I think you don't have a choice to do. But
I see Ruski asked, should we trade the 33rd pick for a productive wide receiver? It depends on what you classify. Give me some names on productive wide receivers that will go for a 33rd overall pick, and I'll tell you yes or no. because I'm just gonna. I mean, just off rip, if I'm giving my answer, and Terrence, I would love to hear your feedback on this as well. But if I'm just giving my opinion, unfortunately, I just can't give up. I can't give up my 33rd overall pick for a nigga that's going to be a wide receiver. Like I need a lower wide receiver one if I'm giving up pick over 33 overall. That's just me.
Nah, yeah, I would agree. I mean, because there's a lot of good wide receivers who were second day picks. So if you know what you're doing, if you have that right scouting team, you can hit on a future wide receiver number one, a future all pro talent in the second round. So you have to be very strategic when it comes to moving that pick just for anybody.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We'll jump into some more. I want to hear y'all's feedback on this. This is something that I obtained that came out, I want to say last night, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe even 2 nights ago. Dylan, I'll be hitting that pen that you gave me. Sometimes the nights start running. That's like my sleep aid. But it was being alleged. Now, this was on Twitter. I can't remember who said it, but it was being alleged that Dave Tepper allegedly threw his drink on the fan because the fan was making fun of the injury that Mark Haynes sustained. You know, he had get stretched off and everything. Are you calling facts or cap? Because for me, I think it's bullshit.
I seen it earlier today, and honestly, my response was, "Who gives a fuck?" Even if, because if you want to be honest, the way we be at the games talking, if we would have been in a Chicago game and one of them would have got stretched, we would have been saying the same thing. Bring the fucking stretcher and get them off the field. Let's play ball. So realistically, who gives a fuck? That doesn't give you the right to throw a fucking drink on a fan. And Dylan, you right. Dave Tepper don't give a fuck about Marquise Haynes, nigga. Fucking Marquise Haynes. No disrespect to you as a man, but as a football player, it's Marquise Haynes. Dave Tepper, he don't gotta pay that nigga. He the least of his worries when it comes to the offseason, and you done been injured damn near the whole year. He don't give a fuck about Marquise Haynes. It was more of a fact that his pride was hurt, his ego was hurt, because he had to sit there and watch that shit product that he was solely responsible for. That's what made him throw the drink. And them niggas was chatting because they knew the owner was sitting right behind them. Who wouldn't? That's what it was. Nigga don't care about Marquise Haynes.
I totally agree. I mean, I think that whole shit is. And to be honest, if I'm in if I'm in my own stadium, I'm not gonna lie. When I pull up the BOA nowadays, it feels like home. If I'm in my own stadium and the opposing owner is behind me, yeah, I'm capping my shit. I'm capping for sure. So
I heard that he said something about Nicole. That's what I heard. That was another story that I heard. He was talking about his wife.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then he deserved to get thrown on him. Don't lie. Tepper got to stay on business.
I heard that it was a couple fuck yous, fuck this, fuck that. Like, I heard they was legit arguing. That's what I seen on Facebook. That they were legit arguing.
Oh, so they were beefing for it.
Yeah, I guess. But Dave just knew he had the upper hand because one, you sitting up above the nigga. I already don't like the fact that you sitting behind me. And then your window open that like. So I mean, yeah.
Interesting.